When the police radio crackles,
5 civilians, 3 adults, 2 children, also walking women at this location.
You don't want to be who they're talking about.
This could have been my death, his death.
On January 9th, Wilmington police were chasing a car they thought had a violent felon inside. Megan Kurtz and her family got caught in the middle of the chase up I-95.
If they would have notified PA State Police and said, hey, shut off this ramp or shut off this part of the highway or clear the highway, it would have been a lot safer.
Kurtz's 3-year-old son suffered a brain injury in the crash. He's still receiving treatment at CHOP. PA State Police say they found out about the pursuit at 11:11 a.m. when one of its corporals witnessed Wilmington PD chasing the car across the state line. He then assisted in the pursuit. Philadelphia police told us the first time they heard about this chase was at 11:17 a.m. when Wilmington Dispatch called them on the phone. So we listened to Philadelphia Police Dispatch radio files from that day.
Car standby. It's going to be assist officer, but other county was in pursuit, 195. He got T-boned.
The pursuit is already closing in on Philadelphia when Philly police are told about it. One officer expresses his concern.
Reestablish contact and maintain an open line. We need to know what's coming through our city right now.
You got to have as much communication as possible.
Jeff Alpert researches and advises police how and when they should chase suspects.
When you live on a border like that, you've got to be really tight with your policy, really close with your relationships with the other law enforcement agencies, so everyone knows what the rules are.
But this chase and others are raising questions about policies and communication. We went back to dispatch recordings from Philly police later that night. We listened as Delaware State Police chased a naked driver going the wrong way on I-95. Pennsylvania State Police say Delaware troopers told them they were headed north. Philly police say Delaware County Dispatch notified them. The recording reveals a Philly dispatcher with few details that night.
Delaware State Police are northbound in the southbound lanes of I-95. Approaching the airport, they're in car pursuit of a vehicle, and we have absolutely no description.
It's very hard for the police to operate and to develop tactics and decide a plan when they don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to help with this one guy. He's still alive.
About a week earlier, 2 sources inside the Philly police say the department had no idea this dangerous driver was coming their way. 3 died in a head-on collision in South Philly.
Take 3rd and Packer, shut down traffic.
Less than an hour earlier, police in Delaware tried to pull over the white Audi for erratic driving. Newport, Delaware, and Delaware State Police stopped pursuit near the Christiana Mall when the Audi driver became too reckless. PA State Police tell us it was informed about the vehicle, but never came in contact with it.
We have to make sure that the public is safe.
Delaware State Police Sergeant Richard Bratz was the only one willing to speak with us on camera about pursuits. He wouldn't speak specifically about the 3 cases we've detailed, but did say Delaware troopers are trained to tell other departments if they're coming their way.
Do you ever find a lack of communication?
Well, I can tell you right now, the communication, if there is a lack of communication, we look at that as a chance to learn something. We're not perfect, I can tell you that.
We just want answers.
But those caught in the middle of pursuits are second-guessing whether police followed their own rules.
We looked at police data to see how pursuits start and how they stop. It turns out the offense that triggers a pursuit could be as simple as running a stop sign.
According to our analysis of Delaware State Police data, since 2014, 68% of its 543 pursuits began with a traffic violation. Across Pennsylvania, police pursued more than 6,800 drivers between 2014 and 2017. That's about 5 drivers a day. PA State Police pursuit reports show 54% of those chases began also with a traffic violation.
We see across the country maybe 60 to 70% of the pursuits are for traffic, and it's a very limited number, maybe 10% are for violent crimes. The rest are for property crimes.
Jeff Alpert researches and consults police on how and when to chase suspects.
It has to be something where the person has either threatened to or has hurt another person. Otherwise, it's just money and it's just property. We're risking people's lives.
In Pennsylvania, about 1 out of every 3 pursuits ends with a crash, according to state police reports. From 2014 through 2017, 28 people died as a result. Delaware State Police tell us about 1 out of 5 of its pursuits ends in a crash. In the last 5 years, that's 108 crashes.
If a person is causing a major public or motoring safety issue, then we would have to continue a pursuit.
Delaware State Police Sergeant Richard Bratz says troopers follow a strict policy.
We're very proud of our policies, especially our pursuit policy. We continually and consistently review that policy.
Through a Freedom of Information Act request, the Delaware State Police sent us a copy of its pursuit policy. While there is some information, 2 sections are heavily redacted, including the part where it talks about crossing state lines. Wilmington, Newport, Delaware, and Pennsylvania State Police cited public safety concerns for not releasing their policies. Philadelphia posts its online. We also found other police departments, including New Jersey State Police and Boston, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Dallas, posting at least parts of their pursuit policies online.
So many departments have it online, and we don't see huge increases in pursuits in those cities.
I love you. It's going to be okay, I promise.
From walking wounded to wondering why they got stuck in the middle of a police pursuit.
This could have been my death, his death, and nobody would have known until it was too late.
For the investigators, I'm Mitch Blacher, NBC 10 News.